Check 1, 2. Audio check. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Crazy busy here at Manchester Airport. Ryanair 737 coming in from Belfast International. 5-5, awesome, thank you. Appreciate it. Part of the Ryanair UK airline, this a subsidiary of Ryanair, and it has about, last time I checked, about 11 planes in their fleet, all based here at Manchester Airport. You can tell a Ryanair UK aircraft by the reg, always begins with a Golf, a G, letter Golf, letter G, a Volkswagen Golf. And off goes a fellow Ryanair. It's a different Ryanair. Their turnaround times aren't that quick just yet. Heading out to Alicante, one of the most popular destinations from Manchester Airport. It's got to be top 5. Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to a Tuesday show. Wow, live on a Tuesday, how crazy. It is Tuesday, isn't it? Let's get some names in the chat. Say hello if you're watching live. This is Jet 2 A321. Neo is ready to go. David, welcome in. Loopy, hello to you. Liam, also in there. Chris Dunn, hello. Venkman is in the chat. Hello, Venkman. DJ Sparky over on Twitch. We got Alex and Sanchez. Welcome in, folks. Something touching down, actually. What's this? Oh, it's a Wamos Airbus A330. Coming back from Atlanta, over in the United States of America. The US state of Georgia. It's an ex-Virgin Atlantic plane, this, and we believe it has a full Virgin style cabin still. However, Virgin were needing a plane extra, so they borrowed this off Wamos to do their flights here at Manchester. Jet 2 Airbus A321 Neo on the roll. Heading out on 23 left there, the runway in use for departures. Another heavy aircraft touching down at Singapore Airlines Airbus A350. About to land. It's all popping off. Jackie, welcome to you. Joanna's in the chat as well. Morning, Joanna. Jenny Watts, morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Singapore Airbus A350 900 series. I believe all their A350s are this variant, but you do have some with some extra fuel tanks called the A350 900 ULR. Sadeep, welcome in from Sri Lanka. Welcome in. What time is the 747 due out? I'm not actually 100% sure. I've heard about 9:30, but I can't see anything on the system, so yeah, it's one of them. I think it might just go out whenever. I think it is this morning though, so, and it hasn't gone out yet as far as I know, so we're looking good. Helen, welcome in. Foodie Travel, hello. Vicky, Vicky Walsh, hello to you. Thank you all for the orders of the Fleet Log lanyards as well. I managed to get every single order that we had from Sunday posted out yesterday. So some people might even be getting them today. How crazy. I do appreciate everyone who bought one though. Still quite a few left. But I do appreciate it. Graham Russell, morning to you. Helen Smith as well, hello. Let's catch this beautiful Singapore. Taxiing past us. Oh yes. Beautiful Airbus A350 900 series, taxiing in. Rolls-Royce engines fitted. And arguably one of the best wingtip designs in aviation, just from a purely aesthetic point of view. Look how nice that wingtip is. Proper sweeping modern design. With the little spikes on there, little points on the trailing edge of the wingtip there. The static wicks discharges. They're designed for discharging static energy that gets built up on the aircraft as it travels through the air at high speed. The aircraft is going to get a lot of electricity build up, static electricity. Also helps if you've got like a lightning strike, for example. Stand by, I'm just getting a phone call. I will be back in a couple of seconds. Gosh, just look at a flight radar. It is crazy busy here at Manchester at the moment. Scandinavian. Sending in the Embraer today in the new colours. Wow, very smart. Embraer E195. George, welcome in. Rachie as well, hello to you. Nice to see you on Sunday. Yourself, of course, Tom and Amber there, Colin and Dawn, and Lee Davies as well. Great to see him. Yeah, I'm not sure what time the 747's going out. I think it's within the next hour, though. In fact, there she is. Hey. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's ready to go, does it? Not just yet. Looks like the APU's on, though. Am I seeing that correctly? When's Martin back from his hauls? This week sometime. I'm not actually sure what day. It's in the calendar. I'm sure he's living it up in the lakes. Yeah, Wolf say the APU's on. Oh, yeah, I thought so. That's interesting. Usually wouldn't have it on if you had all the cargo ramps attached. Usually just use the ground power units, but who knows what's going on there. It's about to get noisy. Aer Lingus, ATR 72 in from Dublin. Give it a wave to two young lads here at the RVP today. What a place to be it would be today, especially if you're off school, need something to do on your school holidays. The runway visitor park is 10 out of 10. It's not just weekends they're open every day of the week. Get yourself down. It's really not too busy here during the week, so it's a really nice time to get down, do some plane spotting, see the aircraft here, make use of the cafe, big open space, get some fresh air. It's always a bit of a battle during the summer holidays when you've got kids trying to find things to do. Especially things that don't Cost an arm and a leg. Ryanair just holding short of the departure runway because there is a Jet 2 737 about to go in the silver and red and white scheme. Will the 747 come to Manchester again? Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Probably in the future, but not anytime soon. We're not expecting any. Tony Crystal, welcome in. Aidan as well, welcome in. And Henna, hello to you. Cross-eyed Sniper, welcome. Jane Shu, hello to you. Good seeing you in the chat on Matty's show yesterday. Great show by Matt. Not been to the RVP for a while. See, it's a bit overdue, isn't it? A bit overdue. Thanks, Oscar. It's my birthday later this month. Maybe I should do some special show for it. What do you think, chat? Live stream from how about Montego Bay? Hey, how about that? Cancun Airport. That'd be good. You'd all watch that, wouldn't you? What about Skiathos? A live stream from Skiathos Airport. I'll just sit in the cafe at the end of the runway. Have some 10 out of 10 tuna sandwiches. Nice fresh lemonade. Yaboosh. Got an arrival coming in. Ryanair coming in from Dublin. Flight time of 34 minutes according to Flight Radar 24. One of the shortest flights you can get from Manchester. Morning, Mr. Geek. Mr. Geek, welcome in. Oh my gosh, what a smooth landing that was. This pilot knows how to land on 2-3 right. Vacating there after a silky smooth landing. My birthday too late this month, I'll mod it. I really feel a bit bad because I'm on holiday later on this month, and I come back on my mum's birthday. I feel a bit like I've chose a favourite there. So probably gonna have to come back and do something with her, I think would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, departure of the 747, we think it's about 9:30 this morning, but these times can be quite whimsical with these kind of movements, so we just like to make sure we're prepared for an early departure a late departure, whatever. Off goes a Logan Air ATR 72. Just taking off from runway 23 left. She's heading down to a place called Newquay, which is down in the south of England. I believe that's where the only licensed or registered spaceport is in the UK. It's down Spaceport Cornwall, it's called. Not many rocket launches from there, though, I'm afraid. I don't think they've had a successful one yet either. They've had an unsuccessful one. Practically Geek saying 22 days till our holiday. Oh my gosh. Where are you off to? Are you going to fly your own sim there? Look, I've built a plane. I can take us. Oh really, Wolf? Look out for that boiler safety check this morning. Oh dear. Hopefully it goes well. We had a boiler safety check when, of all my years of living in Birchwood, we've only ever had one big major power cut. And it lasted about a day. Probably not even that, to be fair, like half a day. And it was when I had one of my boiler safety checks. And I was like, the boiler won't even turn on. Are you sure you can do this? It's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, he had all the methods of testing it still. Lighting the hob with a lighter, of course. All that stuff. Franco, good morning to you. Amy, hello to you as well. And Mr. Matt Hyatt, hello, sir. How are you doing? A lot of people tuning in this morning. Great to see. We know a lot of people are busy during the week, so we don't expect huge numbers on these midweek shows. The Sunday shows, though, however, no excuses. We expect you all to be there. Every one of you. This EasyJet Airbus A320neo vacating, and that's coming from Belfast. Is off to Prague. Nice. Mate, what a destination Prague is. Quality. Bit windy, as you can hear on the old microphones. Bit choppy here at Manchester today. There is the Boeing 747. Yeah, it's as much windproofing as I can do, I think. I do apologise. It's actually a lot windier than I thought it'd be today. And this Atlas 747, is it doing a football charter going back out, or is it just going back home? I'm not sure. Look out for them football players, I guess. So, I was talking to Martin about this on one of the shows, or maybe it was Matt actually I think it was Matt actually on the Sunday show, about, like, I don't watch much football, but not gonna lie, I used to watch a very, very high amount of football back sort of 2009, 2010, 11. I think it kind of fell off about 2012. And I used to watch a lot of the Premier League here in England. But again, for me, like, business kind of ruined football to me. Like, it just felt a bit too like, you know, I'm not going to diss Manchester City, you know, because they're a great team, of course, great players. But it was around the time when, you know, we had Man City rising up, and a lot of that was following a big acquisition of the club by very rich investors. Kind of put me off. I'm along with a lot of other things. And on the flip side, I was a fan of... I used to watch Everton FC because my family is Evertonian, but also Tranmere Rovers, and they're like the opposite. They were like the opposite end of the spectrum. They were like, you know, the guys have no money for anything. And it just wound me up too much to the point where I just quit watching. But to be honest, I watched the World Cup, and you know what? I was like, you know what? I remember why I watch football now, because it's a good sport. So I think this coming season, I'm going to get back into it, because it's about to start now, isn't it, guys? Isn't it like next week or something? The Premier League starts. Yeah. So, and maybe you guys agree, like the level of technology getting used in football, I think, is a negative. I think net negative. Yeah, it's nice to have clarification and all these instant replays and stuff, but I think it just ruins the flow too much. I think and that sounds so pretentious, but it does, like, especially like the hydration breaks and stuff in the World Cup. And I get they're only a temporary thing, like, you know, but it kind of shows that I think football was one of the reasons why it's so good to watch. It's because it's so, like, kind of grassroots. Like, you can literally just go to a field by your house, set up some cones, or throw some coats or bags down and make some, you know, imaginary lines, and just play a game. There's no, like, it's, you know, we can compare it to like Formula One, because I know Formula One went through the whole Bernie Ecclestone era of becoming very corporate and very big business and stuff. Well, I think that's different. I think that's because that's more of like an exclusive, like, high-end sport. It's very hard to get into. You can't just, you know. I'd very strongly not recommend it, but just razz around your car. I think you can do track days and stuff. But yeah, 21st the Prem starts nice. So yeah, I'll probably give it a watch. I think I am busy, but to be fair, the World Cup showed me that if you want willing to make time for stuff like this, you can. British superbikes are epic. They are, yes. I used to watch them in person. Yeah. I know there's better racing sports to watch these days that don't have all the such high level of controversy, you know. Like, it feels like with Formula One, every other week there's a new headline about some exploit in the rules or something that just needs to be fixed. Boy says hi. Hello, boy. He probably hears my voice. Like, oh, yo. It's dad time. Jet2 737 on the Taxiao, another red and silver liveried aircraft.com scheme. British touring cars is great. Yeah, Martin talks about that quite a bit. When are you making time to watch the F1? Yeah, I've not watched it for a while. Properly. British Airways A320 on the move as well. She's got the IAE engines on board. Classic. F1 is about exploits and high engineering, literally. In that order. If you're watching on YouTube, folks, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. Really do appreciate every single person who presses the like button and gets involved in the chat. It means a lot to us. Got that nice short flight down to London Heathrow to look forward to on board this plane. What runway will the 747 departs? Probably 23 left. There is a chance it'll go on 05 left, though. We'll see. Taking my coat off. It was actually a bit chilly here this morning. Just how windy it is. There's a couple of people here at the RVP wearing coats as well. Not just me. Definitely warmed up a lot now. In the last hour. You can hear the nice song, the nice chime of them IE engines. Got a super directional microphone on today as well, so we can really pick out these noises on the airfield. Crew not on it yet for the Atlas 747. My mum works in the tower for coaching. She did coaching for tomorrow. Atlas crew gets... Okay, so yeah, keep an eye out, Luna. The progress. Yeah, the cargo ramp and the stairs are still attached to the aircraft. It kind of feels like it's a... just based on where it's parked and stuff, I think it's going to be an empty like this. But we may see the crew arrive, do a little walk around of the aircraft and stuff. Get the plane ready to fly. But there's quite a few steps to do on these jumbo jets. $747 viewers, really? We've got 747 viewers. That's crazy. Les, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Surly Dev as well over on Switch. Hello. Sarah Jones, hello. Welcome in, folks, to the Super... Oh my gosh. My days are all over the place. The Super Tuesday show, let's call it that. That's what I meant to say. Definitely. Meant to say that. The mound over there on the south side looking pretty busy. A lot of people expecting this upcoming departure. For people with cameras and tripods and bits and bobs. I did consider going over to Southside, but for the show overall, it's quite nice being here, just so we can catch a lot of the arrivals as well as the departures. Keeps the show moving. Is this a bonus show? Yeah, kind of. We may not do a show tomorrow, though, just because we've had 3 days of shows in a row, and of course we got the regular shows later this week as well, so gives us a chance to kind of catch up in the office. We'll see, though. If there's anything cool happening or we change our minds, we'll let you know. There you go. Venkerman's got it. Terrific Tuesday. Spot on. How's everyone's week been so far then, folks? Let us know. Has your Monday been off to a good start? Noisy spool up of the 737 heading off to a place called Santorini, which I believe is down in Greece. And as per usual, the Jet2 737 using absolutely loads of that runway here at Manchester. I can see some landing lights on final approach, which means we've got an aircraft going to land soon. Adventurous Blondie, welcome in. praying it's late. My boyfriend's alarm didn't go off and he needs to get from Warrington to Stockport. Gosh, that's a... Hopefully that M60 then isn't too bad for you if you're going that way. Usually the M60 going that way isn't too bad in the morning. It's the other way, you know, going up towards Bolton. That is not a fun place to be in the morning. Embraer E175 for a change. Great to see. Don't often see these at Manchester these days. Huge winglets for quite a small little airliner. Do I have another office stream? Possibly. Possibly. I mean, is there anyone else who agrees there? Santorini as well, a classic Greek postcards are photographed. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. British Airways heading back to London Heathrow. I haven't had a coffee yet. I've not had a single coffee this morning. How crazy. Oh, am I still awake? You have a classic cappuccino though from the cafe. Coming in from Faro over in Portugal. Ryanair 737 Max 8 200, all the numbers. I don't see that Boeing have now had the 737 Max 7 certified. Great news. I believe it's only certified to fly in the USA. It's been done by the CAA. I know Southwest Airlines have had some on order, so of course they'll be ideal for that for them. I don't think we've had many customers of it though. Maybe that'll change now that it's been certified. Sorry Liam, there's no flight sim streams anymore. Yeah, they were just a lot of work, you know, and we just couldn't justify spending the time on them, you know. We loved them too, don't get us wrong. But we're just so busy these days. But we do have the Simulate channel, which I think is better, in my opinion. Ryanair 737 taxiing in here. I've just noticed as well, call me eagle-eyed, that this Qatar's still sat here as well. I wonder if they're doing some work to it. I believe this is the same Qatar that's been here for literally weeks now. It's come in and had an engine issue. The story I've heard, and this isn't official, was the aircraft had a fault when starting up, or you know, about to do a flight, and apparently the gearbox on it completely shattered, essentially, completely broke. So that is a huge fix required to do that. And with it being not at Doha, you know, it's here in Manchester instead. There's a bit of extra logistics to get potentially a new engine fitted. I don't think that's a straightforward fix at all. And I can imagine in aviation that anything that needs to be fixed has to go through so many extra layers of safety and checks and procedure than, let's say, if you wanted to fix something on a car. Right, and Owen, welcome in. How are you doing? Guitar out at 11:20. Right, is that this one or is that another one? Let me know. Yeah, there's a new video coming out on the Simulate channel, maybe later this week. Maybe, we'll see. But, yeah. But, yeah. Probably Thursday or Friday. That guitar is apparently leaving at 11:20. Okay, so they may have already done the fix. Nice. That'd be cool to see, wouldn't it, on today's show? Surely by now the RVP Cafe does your table service. Yeah, they. I'm sure they do a click and collect service. I've never used it though. I'm old school. I like just going in. The usual, please. Yeah, people saying that one. Right, okay, that's interesting. The engine will arrive on a AN12. Yeah, that'd be cool. Must have already been here. Maybe we missed the Antonov. Right, stand by, folks. I'm going to take some slurps of the old coffee without any ASMR. Gosh, that wind is just pretty relentless today. Virgin Atlantic picking up on the ground, an Airbus A330, going to be seeing that shortly. And also a Etihad 787-10 Dreamliner. Mate, Greg's coffee actually is decent. The only downside to Greg's coffee, though, I'll say it's not very strong. Like, you know when you get coffee and it tastes nice, but you know full well the only reason it tastes nice is because it's quite, you know, it's quite diluted. I find that with Greg's. Ryanair on the taxi out, on the taxiway Alpha. And heading over at Boiling Point, Papa 1, to cross the runway. It was great being in the sim last night as well. Did a little flight into Manchester and then out again, and only a short flight though, over to the Isle of Man. Bit sad though, apparently VATSIM is having a lot of issues at the moment. I was on there last night and it worked, but a lot of people were having issues. It was a bit hectic, so fair play to those who were on the control frequencies doing their job. I bet it was a bit stressful. Not only doing the usual busy Manchester control, but also dealing with technical issues. That's so funny. Sam just sending me a picture of the baby asleep after having some milk, and he just looks like he's milk drunk, literally. Touching down, EasyJet Airbus A320. Just got the sharklets as well on the classic A320. Coming in from Lisbon, over in Portugal. Great place for some plane spotting over there. Mixter, welcome in. Dax as well, hope you're doing well. Reverse thrust being used as the aircraft slows right down to vacate the runway. James saying, I heard VATSIM has been under DDoS attacks. That's crazy. Idling the aircraft here, nice and slow. At this point, the pilots will be getting instructions from the ATC about where to taxi and what stand to arrive on. And usually to do that up in the flight deck, they'll be utilising both pilots, because quite often one of them will be steering the aircraft, the other one liaise with ATC, and checking things like charts, like basically their maps, but where to go, and kind of routing out the path ahead, and figuring out what potential risks there are. You know, are they going to be crossing any runways? Are they going to be encountering any other planes on the taxiway? Any closed taxiways, things to look out for. Some planes might have restrictions on what taxiways they can use, like the Emirates, the Airbus A380 can only use certain taxiways here at Manchester, just because the wingspan is so big. I think there's actually a specific A380 taxi chart that you can see at Manchester Airport. Still, he must be getting big. He is, indeed. Yeah. He's now he's much bigger than the average baby, put it that way. We all had to get him weighed. He's getting really, really big. Doesn't take after me then. I do think he's going to be tall when he grows up, though. I can guarantee it. Etihad Dreamliner taxiing out. She's heading back down to Abu Dhabi. What controls the steering, Andy? Yeah, so I don't know about Boeing's, but on the Airbus, they have the stick, the side stick it's called, which is basically like a joystick to control the plane when they're flying. So that controls, like, you know, you can pitch up, pitch down, roll the aircraft left, right. You've also got the rudders as well, which control the rudder pedals, rather, controls the rudder. So that can change sort of, you know, you can push the aircraft left and right, essentially, when they're in flight, and also when you're rolling down the runway. But when you're on the ground, to control the nose wheel steering, it's actually like essentially a little steering wheel thing called a tiller, and that is off to the side, next to the side stick. So if you're in the left-hand seat, it's to your left-hand side, and you're using your left hand to control the aircraft steering. It's kind of interesting. It looks quite odd though, you know, you look at pictures of it, it doesn't look like a steering wheel or a side stick. Looks like something you steer a boat with. These big ships of the skies, I suppose. Well, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think when they start rolling down the runway, they'll switch over to the rudder pedals being used. As soon as the aircraft gets a bit of speed, they've got a bit of authority on the aircraft from the wind going over the wings and over the tail there, and I can steer the aircraft. When I first lived in Abu Dhabi, there was just Gulf Air, Etihad and Emirates wasn't even born. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, even in Manchester, you know, in the last few decades, it's just changed so much. The landscape of aviation that you see here. If you're enjoying the stream today, though, folks, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. I just realised my chat had froze, so I've missed quite a few messages, so I'm going back on them now. I was wondering why it was being so slow. I hadn't had a new message for about 10 minutes. And if you're really enjoying the show today, don't forget you can always support us financially by, we always recommend gifting memberships. That's when you give a member of the community 1 month of Airliners Live membership. You can do that on YouTube by hitting the dollar symbol, then clicking gifted memberships. And that also supports the channel and all that we do here at the likes of Manchester airports. You can also do that on Twitch as well. Any primers? Yeah, I meant tall with Sterling. He's just getting so long. Like, he's just getting huge. And he's strong as well. I think, like, honestly, like, even when I don't know what age babies are meant to be able to hold the head up. But literally, he was doing it from birth, like the day he was born. Like, and everyone was commenting saying that he's dead strong. So honestly, he's going to be big and strong when he grows up. Nice, thank you, Joanna. Just let me know that the Ringway Reports has posted on Instagram saying that the Atlas Air 747 is now departing at estimated 10:30 this morning. Roger that. So, in about an hour's time, folks. We'll keep an eye on it, though, because it could go a little bit earlier. Got a Virgin Atlantic. It's A330 on a taxi. Atlas Air 747. Currently on stand 12. Bit odd seeing this, isn't it? A theme park call, thank you for the gift of membership, and that went over to Planecaster. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Gee, woof. Woof, woof. Etihad Dreamliner lining up on the active departure runway. 23 left. In front of a crowd of people over there on the south side. Bet they're all buzzing with excitement to see this 747 go. I certainly am. And Jenny Watts, thank you for the gift of membership. Appreciate it. lifting off the ground, the Boeing airliner. Thank you folks for the support though, do appreciate it. Virgin Atlantic A330 lining up, next to go. And Mr. Matt Cam Smith with a 66 months of business class. Saying, why on earth would someone DDoS VATSIM? Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for the show yesterday as well. It was great to watch. Really enjoyed it. Is there a way to park on the south side off-road? Not really, no. You just got the roadside parking over there. And there's like a hotel there you can park in the car park, but I think you have to pay for that. Maybe. Goes the Virgin Atlantic A330 blasting off to Orlando, Florida. Very exciting plane to be on, I'm sure. Definitely not jealous. And Mr. Matt Cam Smith, thank you for gifting a membership as well. Thank you, dude. Do appreciate it. I can't reach the bing bong button from here. Maybe with my toes. Let's have a look, see if we can see any activity over here. We're expecting to see this go in the next hour, so I'd imagine soon, within the next 30 minutes, we'll probably see the pilots arrive on site. I wonder if the walk around of this kind of plane just takes a bit longer. You know, there's actual size, you got more engines to check, of course, just more landing gear, elements. Make sure the aircraft has no scuffs marks that are going to be a concern. Mr. John Russell with a 47 months of business class. Thank you, dude. Had a great weekend at Meetup Festival next to the airport. Barbecue, meat, music, and planes over the top. Perfect. Definitely recommend it. Mate, I've never heard of that. That sounds incredible. That's like the best combo of things. Hope you're doing well, mate. Always good to see you in the chat. And Jane, Chew, thank you so much for the gift of membership also. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Jane. Waiting for that rare plane, I know, right? Gotta catch the rare plane. There's a bit of activity there to the right-hand side. Could be the pilots, maybe. Often a pilot will put on a high-vis and start having a walk around. Or it could just be a curious ground ops worker having a look at a very rare plane here at Manchester. Would anyone DDoS VATSIM? Yes. Well, nice, John. I'll have a look at that. What was it called again? It was called Meetup Festival. Very cool. I love it. I want to go. Coming in now with a Ryanair 737, just touching down. This is arriving in from Cork. over in Ireland. Another Ryanair waiting to go over on the south side. She's heading out to Paphos. Look at that little crowd over there. That's the busiest I've seen the mound over there for a little while. I was tempted to go over there and do the stream from there, but also just how busy it was going to get. It can get a bit of a pain when you got a lot of people around there. A little bit quieter over there. It's usually where I like to go over there. A little bit out the way. Still get a great view over there. Further down. And then we like to call this bit over here Gabe's spot, because Gabe from 23 Left Aviation enjoys filming from over there. Look at all the people though. Nice and busy. Nice, Joanna. Fearless lady next to land, coming in from Orlando. On final approach here at Manchester Airport. Let's catch this next landing, shall we? He's stuck in the bar on the 747. Yeah, quite a job, eh? Yeah, I think the 747 is going to be an empty leg today, folks. I don't think it's got anyone on board other than the crew. I think. Could be wrong. Rolling out the Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350 1000 series coming in from Orlando, as I mentioned. Fearless Lady, the name on this aircraft. All the Virgin Atlantic aircraft have names, and they're all quite unique and quite interesting. One of the newest A330-900s is called Champagne Supernova, is it? I think it's called. GV Man. Manchester themed aircraft. An Orlando flight back to Manchester is just the weirdest vibe flight. Everyone is gloomy and tired and very quiet with the windows closed. I could imagine, yeah, but reality hit of coming back to Manchester after a week or two over in Orlando is It's quite big. I always find that it's always gloomy weather when you come back, isn't it? You never come back to sunshine. It's always raining or cold or then windy. Nice wave there from the flight deck. The strangest one for me was similar to that, but going out. So, of course, when we flew to Austin with British Airways from London Heathrow, the vibe on board was just great. Like, it was just dead friendly, dead chatty, just the best flight experience ever. Like, it was just such a vibe. One of the best flights, maybe the best flight I've ever been on. And the whole flight, like 10 hours over to Austin, just flew past, you know, excuse the pun. But then I flew with Singapore Airlines to Houston back when they did that from Manchester. I can't really fault the service and the aircraft and the food. Everything was 10 out of 10 in that regard, you know. Like, it was definitely the most prestigious airline I've ever flown with. You know, the cabin crew were so well dressed, they were so friendly, so attentive. The food was just stellar. The Wi-Fi didn't work, but that's a bit of a theme for me. But the one thing that really let it down was, like, you got on board, and, you know, it's morning for us. It was about 11 a.m. buzzing to go over to America. You're going to be landing about 3 p.m. over there. You know, you're really excited to go. And you get on board, and it's kind of a very quiet and tired atmosphere. You're like, what's going on? This is weird. And a few hours in, they're like, okay, guys, right. Although it's like, you know, just early afternoon to us. We're going to close the windows in the cabin crew and let everyone sleep. And you're like, what? It's like, what, 1 in the afternoon? But the reality was that flight was a flight from Singapore, wasn't it, to Houston. So for those flying from Singapore, who are the main bulk of the passengers, you know, only a couple of people actually got on at Manchester. That was like late in the evening, nighttime for them, which is the weirdest. And it kind of felt just a bit out of place, like unnatural to do that, you know, because they're all there, you know, they've had their evening meal, settling down, watching film, going to sleep, and you're just buzzing your head off to be on board. You just got on. So yeah, wasn't really a fan of that. I get why they do it, of course, but it was just a byproduct of the setup that wasn't ideal. And it was a shame they stopped that flight, and it was a great flight, don't get me wrong. You know, it was very cheap as well. It was very cheap for what it was. It was like talking like between £300 and £400 return. That's crazy per person. And then we got close to so, you know, we were getting close to Canada. We could see it on the map view on the in-flight entertainment. Let's go have a look out the window. Open the window. Cabin crew is like, nah, close that window. It's like, what? People are trying to sleep. But yeah, really sad that flight doesn't happen anymore. It was great seeing the 2 daily flights at Manchester from Singapore, of course. When you used to see them at the same time, it was mega. And I guess it was great just to be a part of that flight, because I think it was the 5th longest flight in the world at the time. It just with a fuel stop at Manchester. They had this snack though, which I was like completely addicted to, which was like dried noodles and dried veg, you know, like peas and stuff, but spicy, and it was basically a crisp type food, and it was so nice. Like came in little bags. I'm not sure what the name is. I bet it's quite a well-known snack in Singapore. Really nice though. Here goes the Synaptic A220 heading off to Zurich, actually, with Air Baltic. Off she goes. Doing a flight for Swiss Airlines. The Air Baltic is still not at very high capacity at the moment with their flights, so they are leasing quite a few of their planes out across the world. Henna, thank you for the 31 months of business class. Saying, what a way to celebrate one's milestone with an Atlas Queen. Awesome. Thank you for the support, Henna. Let's have a look at the Queen of the Skies. Bit of activity to the left-hand side there. Are these the... they look like pilots, don't they? They've got to be pilots on the left there. And the crew. Heading back home. Bit of a small procession for the departing aircraft. We believe it's going to be leaving in the next 45 minutes. Great to see some activity here, and always excellent to see the 747s at Manchester. They're more than welcome back. Bombay Mix, is that what it's called? I'll have a look. Yeah, this is due to depart at about 9:30 local time. Jake Simpson. Jake in the chat. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, they must be the crew on the left-hand side. With these 747s, they obviously need quite a lot of crew members. You're usually talking about 11 minimum for a 747-400. Not sure if they're cleaning the aircraft or just doing a bit of checks and stuff before they can board. They're called Fine Maruca Mix and replaced peanuts due to allergies. Well, that's interesting. Thanks, Jack. That's very interesting. They were so nice, though. I'm not a huge fan of nuts, but that was... I could eat them all day. I remember they were kind of handing them out on the flight, and I was just always trying to find ways to get an extra bag, you know, like, oh yeah, I'll have another one, go on. Another one for the road. Any more going, like? Mr. Martin's in the chat. Yo, yo, yo. What up? You're on your boat today, are you? Did a bit of fishing. Felt like I was watching an error stream when you sent them the video over. Bit of a wait, isn't it, for these guys to get on board? They're all just kind of stood around waiting to get on board the jumbo jet. Apologies if I'm missing a bit of activity on the airfield. I'm just kind of interested to see what's going on here. Come back to that, shall we? I mean, there's not really much going on the airfield. There's a Ryanair just vacating. She's coming from Cologne, over in, I believe, Germany. Back home now with no boat, unfortunately. It's fun getting a boat on them lakes, isn't it? Get rowboats, can't you, as well? They're not as fun. Gotta go with the motorised ones, haven't you? Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. Don't worry, it's not Wednesday, guys. You've not missed a day. We've moved our show to today as we have the departure of the Atlas 747, which where's the cabin crew gone? It reminds me of Henry's show over in Vancouver when we had that C5 Galaxy, and they do something called where they kneel. Basically, the plane kind of dips down to let planes let cargo on, and he was watching it for ages and ages, and then he panned away just for a split second and came back, and he missed the movement. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a walk around underneath at the moment. Just checking the tyres and make sure the plane's good to fly back. Must be such an honour to be able to pilot this plane, especially knowing that they're not going to be around for a heck of a lot longer. Roger, welcome in. Yeah, there are places in the world where, you know, like Chicago, where 747s are just so common. I remember when we went to Amsterdam a couple of years ago, and in just a couple of hours we've seen 5 747s. Here in Manchester, it's a different story. Great landing by the Turkish Airlines. Airbus A321. Lee Hale, good morning to you, sir. Rolling out the Turkish. Great to see. Mound looking really busy over there. Lots of shorts and t-shirts. I had my coat on at the start of the show. It was a bit chilly this morning when I got here. That south side mound over there, the main lineup mound. People eagerly waiting the departure of the 747. They've all got their SD cards. Yeah, and for some reason the 747 is not showing on flight radar on the scheduled departure list. I'm not sure why. It's usually the way with these kind of private charter flights. They don't always show up on scheduled lists. Welcome in, Roy. And Wigan Plane Spotting. Hello to you. How's everyone doing this morning? Rocket Ninja over on Switch, hello to you. Yeah, so the Atlas 747 came in yesterday during Matt's live stream at Manchester Airport as part of a football charter. And it's going back home today. Is Cincinnati it's going to? I've got it in my head. And the aircraft is just making the final preparations for the departure. The pilots, we believe, have done the walk around already. Cabin crew are all boarded. So much logistics involved in these private charter flights. All these crew have come in and had to have hotel rooms booked and transfers and all that. Has the Emirates departure taken off yet? I don't think so, no. Debating whether to head down. Absolutely. I mean, there's still plenty of space here at the runway visitor park. I'd definitely be a bit hesitant to go over to Southside. Not so much for space, but if you're going to be using parking over there, finding a place to put your car can sometimes be a struggle. And with that many people over there, I reckon it'll be busy over there on the parking side of things. Yeah, if you can get here in the next sort of 30 minutes, just bear in mind it might go early, so there's that risk as well. Yeah, ZM, it used to be a daily occurrence, seeing a 747 at Manchester. It was mainly when Virgin retired theirs back in 2020. Ever since that last one, was it Ruby Tuesday, she was called, the last departure, back in December 2020. And ever since then, it's just been such a rare thing to see 747s. We'll get the odd charter one, we may get the odd diversion. I remember, I think it was last year at some point, we did see a cargo lux 747 making an appearance, just as a sort of last minute diversion into Manchester. Takes me around 40 minutes. Well, you better get a move on. I probably wouldn't risk that though if I were you. That's a long way to go and potentially miss it. Always sod's law, isn't it? You know, you stay at home and it'll go out late, but if you go, it'll leave early. We've had that so many times. I remember one for me was like the amount of times we've come down to Manchester to catch special liveries, and almost every time they have some little delay to them, especially when it's a larger airframe, just because you know, sometimes it can take a bit longer to offload and board the passengers. But the one time I went late, and it was the Iceland Air Northern Lights Special 757, and the one time I was late, it was early. Like, it wasn't even on time, it was early. It was like 10-15 minutes early, but I just about caught it. I couldn't even get to the right spot. I had to like kind of stop halfway essentially. Just about caught it. Yeah, just looking at the, I mean, of course they'll have a slot to work with, the 747. But just looking how early the crew are here and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if it does go a bit early. Anything could happen. Flaps being retracted on the 737. When will the Atlas take off? Well, that's the question, isn't it? That's the big question. That's the big question. I think in the next sort of 30 minutes we'll see this go. Who knows? There could be anything. Sometimes you have like slot restrictions and little delays like that as well. But even flashbacks to when Emirates were using the A380 here, when we'd do the same, we'd look at it. We'd look at the cargo ramps, and well, it would have been the jet bridge for the A380, but we used to gauge about how far away it is from pushing back based on all this. Mick, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hello to everyone over on Twitch. A couple of people watching on Twitch. Get involved in the chat. Do appreciate anyone who gives us a wave, or is it hey guys? Is it the emote? Hey guys. Hi guys. One of them. The APU still running as well. You can see that kind of little jelly effect in the air just by the tail. But that's been running for quite a while now, since the start of the show, I think. Not looking a million miles away from moving. Seems to be more stuff happening over there, doesn't it? To the left-hand side of the shot. Is it more crew arriving? Or maybe it's the same crew, we just didn't see them. Board. Luggage going on the 747. Yeah, the cabin crew will probably have a bit of baggage with them. Imagine just take it on the in the cabin with them. Although they do have the cargo ramp at the back there, so are being used for something. We do have the Qatar A350 moving as well, the one that had the engine reworked onto it. People in the chat were saying this is meant to be departing later. What's the reg? Alpha 7, Alpha Oscar India. It's a little bit different, eh? What a cool view that is. This aircraft came into Manchester and had a pretty serious engine issue while on the ground here. That's why I've quite a lot of work done to it. Allegedly, it's going to be ready to go today. Sounds like an expensive bill to follow for Qatar, eh? What a shot. What a photogenic aircraft the A350 is. Jake Simpson with the hey guys. Is it hey guys or hi guys? Or am I well off? Shirley Dev, hello. Up the Twitch, I know. Ian Fisher, hello to you. Switch squad. Yeah, getting towed to another stand. You'd assume they just aim to depart there. Maybe it's an away for the 747, who knows? Yeah, I'm not sure, Matt. We'll keep an eye on it. Very cool to see, though. Anyone know which engine it was, left or right? They have spare planes to cover the flights that Qatar can't do. Usually, yeah, usually. They'll make changes, you know. It's an extremely complex system they have when it comes to what flights planes are doing and where they're based. So many variables. And often they will have contingencies in place for if there's issues from getting passengers from A to B. Shot that Matt got yesterday with the 747 and the Emirates NBA special in one shot was incredible. Speaking of, the Emirates A380 is now pinging up here in Manchester. I guess we'll kind of get the same shot here. Just not as good. Ken, welcome in. Jay Webb, is that a certain pilot, is it, in the chat? Right engine. My wife was on it when it went tech. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it seemed like a big issue, eh? Big problem. So that Plenbrook. 1.3k watching. Welcome in, folks. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. And share the love. Feel free to share the stream around. And let people catch a very rare opportunity to see a live 747 at Manchester Airport. And it's getting more and more rare, I'm afraid. It's great to see that Lufthansa still operates so many commercially here in Europe. Yeah, gearbox broke. Oh dear. It's hey guys. Okay, there you go. The more you know. Twitch definitely have the superior emotes as a default. Emirates A380 now on the move. We'll see that soon. Here in Manchester. Although it's a bit bigger, the A380, we do slightly prefer seeing these jumbo jets with the big hump on the head. Yeah, good to see you, Jordan, in the chat. Hope life's going well. Cargo ramp's being protracted now. Got the stairs on the left-hand side there on the front. Nothing on the airfield moving, so we can keep our eyes on this for now. I reckon I'll get this A380 out of the way and potentially look at pushing this back soon. As soon as you get them stairs out of the way, I think that's it. Ready to go. Nice, Jord. Glad things are going well, mate. Appreciate that. Apologies for the slight quiet spell here. Now waiting for the 747 to begin moving. There's nothing on the runways, so we don't have to worry about missing any action. We do have the A380 on the taxi, so use this time, folks, to hit that like button, get involved in the chat, share the stream, and if you're really loving this show today, you can always support us financially by sending in a super chat or gifting a membership, either on Twitch. You can send a gifty over to someone, or on YouTube you can gift a membership by hitting that dollar symbol, then click membership gifting. You see why we don't stream on Tuesdays. It is profoundly more quiet on a Tuesday than it is, you know, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, you know, here at Manchester. I think Mondays are relatively busy as well. It was pretty chocker when Matt was streaming yesterday. Always something happening. Waycrush, welcome to you on Twitch. How you doing? You haven't missed it? No, it's not delayed. I think it's... Oh, well, yeah, I think it was due out, wasn't it? At 9:30. So, yeah, it's running a little bit behind that schedule, but the latest we've heard is in about 20 minutes' time it's going to go. So, I think any minute now, to be honest, they're going to start pushing her back. Still got them stairs attached up on the front, so they're going to need to move them before the aircraft can move. And we're looking out also for a beacon light on the belly or the top of the aircraft. Might just be visual from here. I think it's that red sort of bulb you can see right at the top of the fuselage there. I think that's the beacon. The beacon light. I'll have one of them. And the Emirates A380 about to be visual. Biggest passenger aircraft in the world, slightly overshadows the the 747. Certainly in terms of how often you see them at Manchester. Flipping heck, 3 times per day. Similar with the 7.4s back in the day. Cheers, Wade. Yeah, we're all good here, mate. Thank you. Good to see you in the chat. Here you go. Emirates A380 on the move. Both jumbo jets visual for a moment. I think they call this a super jumbo, don't they? The A380. Didn't expect it to be so windy today, though. Very choppy here at Manchester Airport. Let's have a look at the METAR. That's saying 5 knots. I think it's a bit more than that. Air France, Airbus A220 touching down. Synaptic Guinea builds, A220. Just landing here on T3 right. Who in the chat's tried that, by the way? The A220 in the sim. Looks really good. I've still not tried it myself. Need to get around to doing that. Vicky, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I got it yesterday flying from Manchester to Zurich in the Air Baltic livery. Nice, Anthony. How was it? I've heard it's quite a quirky plane to fly, the A220. It's a bit different from like your 737s and your A320s, just in how it works in with like the autopilot and stuff. Anyway, Emirates Airbus A380 lining up on runway 23 left for the departure. George, welcome in. It's Emirates heading home to Dubai. Flight 22. Stairs still attached to the Atlas 747. Lined up on the runway, ready to take off. Beautiful departure there. Biggest passenger aircraft in the world. Take it off on 23 left. So many heavies moving at the moment. It's getting really busy. Also got the Star Alliance special A319 with Brussels Airlines. What a catch. Get it logged. Very cool. Hi, Ita, welcome in. And Natalie as well, hello to you. TUI Dreamliner lined up on runway 23 left, and an air tanker A330 is approaching the runway as well behind. Got a quick glance of the Boeing 747. Still got the stairs attached. I think after these two heavy departures, I'm going to run to the bathroom as well. Maybe that will encourage them to start moving the aircraft. Usually does. Off to Cancun over in Mexico. TUI flight 148. 787-9 Dreamliner. It's the biggest Dreamliner variants that they own. Hey, Heathrow plane spots are awesome. Enjoy. Going on a British Airways A319 in 10 days. Yeah, what a great flight. Is that from Manchester, is it, or somewhere else? Let me know. Certainly, Dev. Never seen that command before. Yeah, Nick, I'll try and catch that. I mean, how far away is that? Yeah, we'll catch the EasyJet. Just turning on to final approach now. And then hopefully we'll see some movement on the Atlas 747. Awesome, Harry. You got family on that 787 from TUI. Awesome. Hope you have a great time over in Mexico. Definitely not jealous. Yeah, second sector of 4 today. It's a long day, isn't it? I think I'd prefer that, though, as a pilot. Have lots of flights rather than just one or two. Blasting out Rolls-Royce power. on the Air Tanker A330-200, heading off to Tenerife South Airport down in the Canary Islands. I bet as a pilot though, it's more tiring to do more flights. You know, if you were to do like 4 sectors in a day, you know, like eight flights. You know, even if they are only short flights, places like Amsterdam, Belfast, Isle of Man, I bet it is properly tiring. It's just a whole flow of getting up, you know, checking the aircraft, getting it ready, getting the passengers off, passengers on, you know, briefing cabin crew, just over and over again so many times in a day. But that is a lot of work. But I bet you it goes a lot quicker though. The day goes a lot quicker when you've got a lot going on like that. Hey Gareth, hope you have a great flight over to Palma de Mallorca. It's a great airport that, and it's a beautiful island. Nice and short flights for us. You know, when you compare it to places like Greece or the Canaries, you know, that 2.5 hour flight does go very quick. See you later, Venkman. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Vacating here, the Sun Express 737 coming in from Antalya. And the next arrival will be that EasyJet coming in from Amsterdam. I like the reg. Easy. GG easy. Sun's trying to come out here at Manchester as well, just faintly trying its best. Here's that EasyJet out to land, wind picking up. Lord Pinky, welcome in, dude. Landing by the EasyJet, coming in from Amsterdam, an Airbus A320. Reg Easy TV. Well, you're on TV today. Many people's TVs. They're going to vacate here in front of us, I think so. Back to Manchester for the second time today. noise, Nick. Great to catch them, eh? But it's a proud moment for you, seeing them on the big screen. Hope they have a great rest of their shift. What is it they say on that Kingdom Come Deliverance? Maybe have an uneventful shift. Right, folks, I'm just going to run to the bathroom. I'll let you guys enjoy this beautiful view of the Queen of the Skies here at Manchester Airport. So I try and balance up the tripod a little bit better, just so camera works a little bit smoother. That'll do. Stand by, folks. I'll be back in a moment. Let me know if anything happens to the aircraft. It is due to depart in a couple of minutes, so we'll see about that. did I miss? What did I miss? Beastie, welcome back to Business Class. Thank you, Beastie. And also gifting an Airliners Live membership. Appreciate it. I thought it was a Ryanair. It does look a bit like a Ryanair, doesn't it, from behind? Don't give him any ideas. Oh, it's pinging. It's pinging, guys. It's pinging on Flight Radar 24. Whoa. Hey, and even more importantly, it's pinging on Fleet Log, so I get it logged quick. Get it logged. Wash. It's moving already. Good timing on that. You missed 747 taking off. Here we go, folks. Boeing 747 moving here at Manchester Airport. What a sight. Let's go. Let's get all them crown emotes in the chat. Incredible. We have the Indigo Dreamliner not far away, coming in from Oslo this time. Interesting route today. I'll be touching down in about 20 minutes time. We'll definitely catch that before we finish today. The less I see these 747s, the more I appreciate them. Such an iconic aircraft. They look and sound incredible. Has anyone in the chat ever flown on one? Let us know. Anyone been lucky enough to be a passenger on board? We'll get a visual of it shortly. Just on the push. Jumbo jet on the move. Very iconic tail design. Yeah, many people's favourite plane. I mean, it's got to be top 3 for me. The 747, top 5 at least. We often forget about them at Manchester Airport. They're such a rarity here. Number 2 on Flight Radar, really? It's kind of interesting how on Flight Radar it doesn't show much info about the aircraft. You have to make sure your filters are turned off as well, if you've got filters for Manchester. Fleet Log, however, has a lot more info. Abby Burns saying number of times on British Airways in business class. Wow. That was something. Delayed or not? It's a little bit behind schedule, yeah. I'm not sure what the schedule was though with these charter airlines. It's not like a commercial airliner where there's an expected departure time. These kind of just go when they're ready and when they're allowed to go. Most tracked plane in the world on Flight Radar 24 is the aircraft you guys are looking at right now here on Airliners Live. Very rare plane. See here at Manchester. sharing on the old Facebook. Disconnecting the pushback tug from the jumbo jet now. See up front there. Going to disconnect both ends, tug itself and from the aircraft. It's been a right treat seeing this aircraft at Manchester, and I'm pretty sure it's coming back later this month. Don't quote me on that. They've already changed the dates once, so I'm going to wait till closer to the time before planning any streams around it. Got a little 250 sticker on the side there. Is that to do with US independence, I wonder? Hey, Tony Rivers, welcome in. Ryan's flew on a 747 with Virgin 3 times to Orlando. Wow. Yeah, I bet that was special. I've said it a few times on the streams, but I know the A350 and even the Dreamliners, to be fair, I bet they're really special to fly on with Virgin, but something just a little bit extra magic about the 747. A little bit extra special. The size, the shape, how iconic it is. And the history as well, like the pedigree of that aircraft. If you're up on the upper deck as well, that extra high view that you get. The mound, nice and busy. Here it's the runway visitor park. I can see the crowds over on the south side waiting to see the departure of this. They'll be going through the process of starting the engines, doing the flight control check, contacting air traffic control, getting their clearance to taxi to the active departure runway, which today is 23 left here at Manchester, which does require them to cross over the arrival runway, so they may have to hold for that at holding point Papa 1 here at Manchester. Morning to you, Hayden. How are you doing? It's now moving. Got a couple of planes in front that I've actually had to take a bit of a detour on their taxi to make way for this jumbo jet on the taxiway. TUI Dreamliner and an EasyJet A320neo has had to go the long way round. Look at this, folks. You name a more iconic plane? So, yeah, 2 planes are crossing the runway right now in front. So she's going to go a little bit slow for the moment. There is a Pegasus on final approach. There is a chance to hold it for that. Let's see. What a treat to see this at Manchester. Absolute treat. she's going to hold, I think. Before crossing the runway. Like I said, I think it's a Pegasus on final approach. On a 4-mile final, so yeah. The gravy, I agree, yeah. Certainly of all the aircraft flying today, it's definitely the most iconic commercial airliner. Just holding short of the runway now. He may cross it straight after this arrival, but there is a Ryanair just behind the Pegasus. But I think they can quickly get her over the runway between the two. Yeah, this was a football charter flight, so it was bringing a football team back to Manchester yesterday. About Boeing regret stopping the production of the 747. Yeah, Ken. Yeah. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, they had the 747-8, which was a bit more of a modern take with, composite materials and a much more modern set of engines and newer kind of build dynamics and avionics, but I think just the day of the quad engine airliner is going, especially when it comes to production. They're not making the A380 anymore. They're not making the 747 anymore. They're not making, the A340s anymore, which is a real shame. It just makes them that little bit more special seeing them. And as I said earlier, it must be a proper honour to be the pilots on these planes. Now crossing runway 23 right. Now that the Pegasus has landed. Incidentally, there's a Boeing 747 flying just north-east of here. If it was a clear day, you'd see it. From Frankfurt to Houston, you can see it on flight radar. Bit of a shame we can't see that. I mean, why would we need to? We got one right here in front of us. Yeah, Ace Airstream, it's a good question. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do need a bit of a larger plane for the football charters. Like you said, I think it's more than just the players. You've got a lot of staff on board as well, coaching staff and stuff. Probably a bit of cargo. And also it's finding an apt plane that can do that long-haul flight as well. So, sometimes here in the UK or, short hops into Europe, they'll use things like a 737 700 with 2XL aviation, and obviously that's I don't think that's going to have the range they need for flying long haul, and it's just not suited, is it really? Like these aircraft are designed for long haul flying. Plus they got the money. Let's be honest. They got the money to justify it. If money was no object, what would you pick as your football charter? Nearly 4,000 tracking on flight radar. Good grief. That's a lot. A lot of people. Here we go, lined up on 23 left for the departure. Atlas Air 747 about to take off. Enjoy, folks. Off she goes. What a special catch that was. Got Indigo 787 touching down. Let's catch that. Let's get all the airliners' live hearts in the chat for Atlas sending in a very special plane that we love to see. Boeing 747. Like I mentioned, I think they are looking to send another one of them later this month. I'm not sure on the dates though. I know that particular one did change. So make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube or following us on Twitch. That was incredible. Loved seeing that. What a delight. What an iconic airliner. Indigo Dreamliner rolling out here on runway 23 right. We've got Singapore Airlines A350 on the taxi out. Catch that departing. And we'll look to wrap the stream soon as well, because I'm back in the office after this. Got quite a bit of work to do. We've been here since as early as possible here at the Runway Visitor Park. Yeah, that was incredible. Thanks for sharing your stories, folks, in the chat about your flights on 747s. I was surprised how many of you have actually flown on them. That's pretty cool. A lot of people are jealous. Another pretty iconic plane, this. Doesn't seem as hype-worthy because we see it so often, but it's still a beautiful aircraft. Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines on this, which sound incredible, especially when it's a bit damp in the air. It's a bit of rain, a bit of moisture in the air. It does make the aircraft sound mega when it takes off. Gives it a real buzzsaw sound. Cheers, Vicky. Thank you for the messages in the chat, saying, giving compliments to the stream. We're always happy to hear what you think about the streams. If you've got any feedback, anything you'd like to see different, always happy to hear it. Flemmer saying the A220 is in the sim as batting my head, so I give up with it. What's like the hardest thing to get your head around with it? Because I've heard a few people saying that they're struggling with understanding like the systems and stuff. Like even Martin was saying it's quite quirky how it handles like you know, like the autopilot and stuff. I'm yet to give it a go yet. I feel like it'd be a challenge. Dreamliner coming in from Oslo today. Bit of a change of routes for them. I'm sticking with the A350. Yeah, that is a cool plane. Nearly 6,000 watching the Atlas on Flight Radar. Awesome. Great to see. So much love for the Queen of the Skies. Singapore Airlines just rolling down the runway nice and slow. There we go. Off goes the Singapore Airlines Airbus A350 900 series. We have the Cathay Pacific A350 pick it up. Do we stay for that, guys? Do we stay for that? One more plane? I think we should. Be rude not to. EasyJet coming in from Bilbao, next to land, an Airbus A320. Hey, thank you, Dean. Appreciate it. Outstanding camera work as per standard. Lovely, positive vibes beaming through. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate it. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Not often you get Andy solo shows, is it? Been a bit of a change for you folks. You might get some Martin solo shows later this month because I'm on holiday off to Menorca with the family. Really looking forward to it. I don't know, like, it's one of them holidays where we've got nothing planned. Like, it's just going to be just a pure chill, just enjoy some family time, and I'm really, really excited about it. Nothing special about it, no thrills. Sometimes they're the best days out though, aren't they? Best holidays. When you have nothing planned, just see where the wind takes you. Cheryl, or Sherry? Is that how you put it? Oh, Cheryl, it is Cheryl. We aren't used to the group, but my little boy Nathan is plane obsessed. He loves Atlas Air and Singapore Airlines. We've tuned in at the perfect time. No way. Well, you're very welcome. Good to have you here. Cheers, Matt. Thank you, Hayden, for the £2 donation as well. Sorry I missed that.
saying, love to the Airliners Live guys and community. Hey, thank you, dude. Good to have you here. I just hope you're enjoying the show. How's it hanging? Yeah, I bet a few people will be a bit sad that we got so much cloud overhead today. Looking out the window for that Atlas 7-4 flying overhead. So quite a lot of people on the mound over on the south side. A couple of people have dipped though, with the departure of star of the show today for many. A fair few people still hanging around though. Got some more departures and arrivals to look forward to. Over here looked really busy though, this bit. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, that's definitely filtered out a bit. At the end of a football game, isn't it? Menorca is lovely. And when I was for when there for 4 family holidays in the 1970s, hot, dry, and stony. Yeah, I noticed there's not many beaches there, is there? Not many like actual sandy beaches. The first hotel we looked at was just cliffs, you know, around. There's no actual beaches. And I think just for the kids and that, like, I want to make sure there's a beach. Have some proper fun times, building sandcastles and getting buried. Hey, No Worries Rescue, thanks for being here. Glad you're enjoying the streams. We'll wait until this Cathay Pacific departs and then we'll wrap the stream up there, though. That's it. I did say the Singapore was going to be the last one, but we'll stay a little bit longer. Why not? And so many of you guys are enjoying the show. One more plane. Aer Lingus sending in the Airbus A321 XLR today. Extra fuel tanks needed on this long flight from Dublin to Manchester? Probably not. Actually, just say XLR on the side as well. It's kind of interesting. Fezza, welcome in. How's it going? Have you tried the new A220 yet in the sim? Yeah, as Matt said, I think it's off to Cincinnati. Cathay Pacific heading out to Hong Kong. Can you be more specific? That's on the move. A350-900 today being used. They have sent the 1000 series before to Manchester a few times. It's mostly the 900s they use on that route. No worries, Lily. Thanks for tuning in. Just grateful so many of you folks were able to watch today. I know it's a bit of an awkward day for a lot of people. We never expect many viewers on these midweek shows. Cathay is making their way all the way from is that November Bravo, November Alpha? No, one of the new piers anyway. Using the taxiway there. The satellite images on Flight Radar haven't been updated, so it kind of looks like it's just been parked in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, the 7-4 was very special to see here at Manchester. Great to see Matt catching it yesterday on his show over on the south side. Did a great job. And it was awesome to see the departure. I've tried the A220. Only thing is I can never take off as I'm too busy giving it a rev, listening to the howl. Yeah, I've not tried it yet. It definitely looks a bit more, a bit less straightforward to fly than I thought. It looks like you've got to do a bit of learning to just jump in and start wazzing it around. Yeah, the flight radar is showing us just it's got no destination on it. I'm not sure why, but on fleet log it seems to be showing fine. Big Luke, welcome in. Good morning to you, sir. Been relatively busy here at the Runway Visitor Park today. It was quite quiet earlier on when we started. It's really picked up now. Lots of families here, lots of kids enjoying the outdoor space. It's a great place for the little ones. The big play area here as well. Always forget to mention. Got fairground rides as well. You can have a go on. A mega cafe. Make use of that. I'm really into the hot dogs there, me. Hot dogs from the cafe, 10 out of 10. And a cappuccino. The iced coffee is good. Where's it flying over? I think it's over like North Wales sort of way. Make sure you got your filters turned off on flight radar if you've got them on. It's just south of the Isle of Man at the moment. Over the Irish Sea. Sort of heading towards Ireland. Heading towards sort of, just south of Belfast anyway. I thought it'd be more Airbus, but I was wrong. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I know it's obviously not made by Airbus, or it wasn't designed by Airbus, but I thought it would have been. They would have like wrapped it into more of an Airbus package, you know, like the way the computers work and the FMGC and things like that. But I mean, in flight sim, it is cool to have a plane that you have to learn. You know, you don't just jump into. It's a bit more rewarding, isn't it? You have to go back to basics on some elements. Another EasyJet just landing, and then, like I said, we'll wrap on this Cathay Pacific A350 that's heading out, because I do have quite a few things to do today in the office. Well, it was great to catch the Atlas 747, of course. EasyJet A320 just rolling out on runway 23 right. It's coming from Verona. And let's sadly move away from that over to this slightly bigger plane, an Airbus A350. Cheers, Sue. Thanks for tuning in. I'm very jealous that you've managed to fly on the 747 many times. Cathay Pacific heading towards Victor 1 to enter the runway 23 left. Thank you to anyone who's tuned in on Twitch as well today. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Cathay actually is not using Victor 1 to line up. Just going to roll a little bit on taxiway Victor before lining up on the runway. We do have a Virgin Atlantic A350 waiting to cross the runway. That's heading off to Las Vegas. Very cool destination. Somewhere I've not been. And I've heard Vegas. There was a friend of mine I used to work with who, she would go to Vegas every year. And she wasn't really like into gambling. She didn't really drink much either. So I was like, why do you go? Like, why do you go every year? Like, what? And she was saying how Vegas is just full of like loads of things to do. Like, it's a proper alive, bustling city, really good vibes, and it's not really just about the gambling. Because I'd be the same. Like, I wouldn't really get into that. But to be honest, I'd give it a go. I'd go see what it's about. I could just see it being so touristy, but in a good way. Cathay Pacific beginning a takeoff roll, heading back home to Hong Kong. Take it to the skies there. Cathay Pacific A350. Great to see. Hey, welcome in, Tom and Ann. Hope you've had a great morning. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Just because had a bit of an early finish today, but had an early start also, so it's about the same length of a stream as usual. Found out Starlink Wi-Fi is free on the Virgin A350s if you're a Flying Club member and sign up before the flight. So someone gets better speeds than at home. It's mega. No more 20 quid Wi-Fi. That's amazing, Joanna. Yeah, this new generation of satellite Wi-Fi that these planes are getting is really good. And like you said, it's faster than a lot of people have in their homes. You'll literally forget you're on a plane when you're just surfing the internet, watching YouTube streams. It gets very, very comfy very fast. That was like my experience with that JetBlue flight that I flew to New York. It was an A321neo. And honestly, like, people go, oh, yeah, how could you fly so far on that plane? Just what you've got available there with that. It had free Wi-Fi on board and it was super fast. Like the same speed I have in my home. The service was great. Just the mood lighting was lovely. The seats were comfy. It doesn't matter what plane you're on. It was just a really nice experience. Just forget you're flying. Hey, Tom and Ann, thanks for gifting a membership, and that's gone to the legend, John Fezzer. Cheers, Tom and Ann. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Here we go, Virgin heading off to New York. No, Las Vegas, that's the one. But there you go, as Joanna says, if you've got a Virgin Atlantic flight coming up, make sure you signed up then to the, what's it called? Hang on. I need to scroll back. The Flying Club. And I assume that's free to sign up, is it? Or do you need to is that something you need to unlock? And to be fair, 20 quid, I know it sounds like a bit of money, but it is well worth it if you were to pay for the Wi-Fi. I usually do. Because it just makes that flight so much more enjoyable. Assuming the Wi-Fi works. That's always a caveat that I seem to struggle with. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe I just don't get technology. Right, folks, thanks for watching today. We will wrap the stream up there. Cheers to everybody who's supported on today's show. I really do appreciate it. And it was awesome seeing that 747 at Manchester, of course. Next live show, we probably won't do one tomorrow, but we might do. Keep an eye out on the social media. The next live stream will be Mr. Matt Camp Smith. I think in the chat he said he's looking at going live at 9 a.m. did I read? Anyway, 9 or 10 a.m. he'll be live on your Friday. So make sure you tune into that this coming Friday. And of course we'll be back with the full shebang on the Super Sunday show this weekend on Sunday from 9 a.m. And there you go, Joanna just saying Flying Club is free as well. So you can thank her for that when you get free Wi-Fi on your next Virgin flight. That's me signing off. Mr. Andy, I have been for you folks today, and we'll see you on Friday. Cheers, guys. See ya. I haven't got the music set up. Oh, Pedro as well with the membership on Twitch. Hey, thank you, Pedro. just guys, if you can open Spotify or YouTube Music and just play some music, just pretend it's part of the stream.
Live aviation channel, we're boarding the plane from the runway to the clouds. Where the Boeing 757s glide, airliners live with the Airbus A350s in stride. The Emirates might be late, but that's alright. Terry Edwards and the Stokes squad are in sight. Max that breaks a steak bacon his roll, while Martin's got 50 screens like he's mission control. Captain Mark's cracking jokes in the Manchester mist. The community's friendly, they're the top of the list. Loopies in the chat, keep it nice, don't resist. Never ever talk of pineapple pizza, get the gist. Local lads from the airport, they know the scene. Matt Cam's live from a spot where the views are pristine. Pork pies, Henry Westerns, nothing is better. And don't forget the merch store, airliners.live. Hopefully we see a nice pair of Wookiees. So let's hear it chant. Can I get a yay or nay for this beautiful song I just made yesterday? Thank you very much, toward the show. It's better and gold.